I've been covering YouTubers and their forays in the music for a while now. Whether that be good or bad, I try my hardest to find the silver linings in these people's musical careers. Like, really hard at times. However, with PewDiePie, I'm mostly confused. I mean, PewDiePie has done it all. He's conquered YouTube, he's had a best-selling book, he had the most popular and the first YouTube original show, and he managed to retire with grace even after all his controversies. But throughout his career, PewDiePie dropped more songs than you would think. So PewDiePie didn't go the route of making music just for the sake of making music and opening up a new revenue stream, like some other things he did. But rather, early on, his songs were more of a love letter to his community and his fans. I mean, most of his earlier work didn't even have him in the songs at all. Well, in a performance way. See, the first song, Jabba the Hutt, was fully made using clips from his video spliced together by Shmo Yoho, and he credited them right above where he said he wants to see a rash on my ass. Thank you. Then he also had Rumi do something similar to that with the song Fabulous, but with an actual sung chorus. How do I analyze these songs? I mean, Rumi has made quite a few songs with PewDiePie. If you take a look at His Name is PewDiePie, it follows the same formula as Fabulous, but Rumi makes a chorus that's way too good for what the song is. His name is PewDiePie! But it's Rumi after all. He can't even talk without sounding majestic.
By the way, you ever been hanging out with a friend and forget that they have a talent, and then just out of nowhere they're like, and you're like, oh yeah.
These are not the songs that you would think of when you bring up PewDiePie's music. And I don't know in which context you would ever bring up PewDiePie's music, but let's assume you are. Like, sure, Dan Bull made a song for PewDiePie. What people think of instantly when you bring up this era of PewDiePie or this song in general is what absolute nonsense was happening in 2018. Reddit humor was at its peak, Elon Musk was a normal person, Grande wasn't cringe yet, and PewDiePie was beefing with the biggest record label in India. And this is the same movement that made Mr. Beast shoot up into the stratosphere, so you can thank PewDiePie for giving us the Antichrist of YouTube. While the subscribe to PewDiePie movement was in full effect, PewDiePie dropped the diss track to T-Series. This video was originally titled T-Series Diss Track, but he later simply renamed it to Bitch Lasagna, in reference to the chorus and the meme of the same name. Not really any teasers, no build-up, just a surprise drop on YouTube, and this was his first proper song where he was performing. And as it was the norm at the time, this was a diss track.
What the fuck is that even supposed to mean? Your language sounds like it come from a mumble rap community.
And yes, it blew up. It was not a serious song at all, but randomly dropping a song that's more confident than most other YouTubers' attempts at actual music was a bit jarring. If you weren't around for it at the time, you just wouldn't get how much of a cultural moment this was. Even while the world was staring at the subscribe to PewDiePie movement, this brought every stray eye that wasn't staring at this movement. It felt like the subscribe to PewDiePie movement went from a little in-joke to something that the whole internet was circling around, with hundreds of millions of people anticipating the day that T-Series would cross PewDiePie in subscribers. There were so many streams back in the day that would show live sub counts, Mr. Beast dropping a video every 2 weeks about subscribe to PewDiePie. It was borderline like annoying, not borderline, it was very annoying. I mean, obviously it was a big moment since this would be the first time PewDiePie got crossed in subscribers since 2013. But this song had a lot of ramifications. The Indian YouTube scene did not take kindly to this at all, which I did find a bit cringe at the time. I mean, if it were an actual creator that was about to surpass PewDiePie, sure, put all your might behind it. That makes sense, a creator versus creator. But T-Series is an actual soulless corporation. It does not give a shit about anyone in India or anyone in their population. They were just super famous because they had the biggest songs on Bollywood on their channel, and as the internet started growing in India, a lot of people searched for these songs, saw T-Series, and subscribed to it. So when YouTubers like Carrie Minati and Just Rain, who are YouTubers I watched back in the day, dropped diss tracks defending T-Series, it really felt like the "don't hurt the billion-dollar corporation" meme. In another timeline, I feel a lot more Indians would be more supportive of PewDiePie if it weren't for his incredibly questionable lyrics in this song. Those lyrics were in fact so bad that the song got officially banned in India, which was a big deal at the time, but not anymore because India just bans anything these days. But I guess he can cross off pissing off an entire country off his bucket list. Whatever opinions you have about any country, one, Keep them out of my comment section, please. 2. It is still fucked up to say in any regard. A diss track doesn't mean you can just be racist because you have a sick beat in the background. If that were the case, most of Twitter would have a rap career now. Giving this song and the one after it a fresh look with mature eyes does make you realize that this was less of a diss track on T-Series and more of a diss track on all of India as a whole. I'm not saying PewDiePie is still like this. Not at all. But he definitely had something going on at the time which went a bit unchecked. Ignoring all that, the song is still pretty decent, all things considered. If we go off the description of the song, the only people who worked on this was PewDiePie and Party in Backyard. So for writing everything himself, it's decent. It's something.
I'm a blue-eyed white dragon while you're just dark magician.
Obviously, he didn't think this song would kickstart the movement that it did, because if he did, why would he shoot the whole music video at the beach? Or maybe he just didn't care enough. Who knows? But this was the first time that PewDiePie was in the news cycle for anything other than causing the adpocalypse or the bridge incident, because the enemy had shifted from PewDiePie the creator to a nameless, soulless husk of a corporation in India who no one knows anything about properly. But after a very long battle, T-Series eventually crossed PewDiePie in subscribers, for which PewDiePie had planned a second song. So once PewDiePie had dropped to the second place in the subscriber race, he quickly dropped the song Congratulations. And this song was a lot more intentional than the first one. What do I mean by that? He had employed the help of Boy in a Band, Rumi, and Rumi's cameraman and editor Jonas. Now I do have a lot of thoughts on Boy in a Band and how he handled his musical career. So if you want to hear a deep dive on his collabs and how he was in his musical career, the video is on my channel. I'll put a link in the description. Go ahead and check that out after you watch this video. However, we are here to talk about this song and PewDiePie. Like I said, this one is more intentional than Bitch Lasagna, with more than one shot for the whole music video, and actually, more than 2. Crazy, I know. But considering his production value at the time, where he didn't even know how to focus his camera correctly, it was pretty sweet.
Felix doesn't even fucking know how to do his audio for a good mic. He's like a really great camera as well, and his camera quality is still shit as well. Felix has no idea what he's doing with technology.
So immediately off the bat, this song is like a million times better than the previous one, because even though this was a giant meme, it was written less like a meme and more like a song. Rumi's chorus really elevates this song far beyond what PewDiePie himself could have done.
Hey, congratulations, it's a celebration. Party all day, I know you've been waiting.
And for the actual instrumental, he ditched Party in Backyard and used a Chief Keef type beat for some reason. I think Party in Backyard would have been a better choice. He's just a really good producer. He actually has a unique sound rather than just, here's a trap beat, have fun, like every other music producer back then. I haven't seen him in a bit. I wonder what he's up to. Okay, so I think it's best that PewDiePie didn't use him. This was a weird transitional era of the internet where we were surprisingly more progressive back then than we are now, seeing the circumstances of the world. But we also still had iDubbbz being himself back then. If you don't understand what that means, it's probably for the best. I wish you well in life. I'm not gonna deep dive into some of the jokes that he made in this video because I covered them in exhaustive detail in my Boy in a Band video, which somehow attracted some of the worst audience members I've ever seen. I mean, the comment section of that video is some of the worst. I'm sorry, don't read that. But there was very much a lot more effort put into this song. The editing is much better than Bitch Lasagna. The mixing is much better than Bitch Lasagna, even though Bitch Lasagna's mixing was pretty good. And this song actually did have something to say, unlike the previous diss track. It did point out the flaws of T-Series in a very satirical, meaningful way, actually. And also, PewDiePie said that he got cease and desisted by T-Series, and I really wish I would be able to see that. He, even in Boy in a Band's behind the scenes video, he said that that's PewDiePie's story to tell, and he never told us the story.
What is this? T-Series saying cease and desist.
I'm not going to go too much into it because that's definitely for Felix to do, and that would make for a hilarious video in its own right. But it's the funniest legal letter I've seen. It's trying to accuse him of defamation whilst not understanding the legal definition of defamation at all.
So I wish PewDiePie, somehow please tell me what the hell that lawsuit was, because I've been intrigued ever since. And this song also did contain a really heartfelt moment where it might be a bit corny and it's acting like he's gonna retire. I mean, that was my first thoughts when I saw him doing that whole bridge section, that is he actually retiring? But it is a big deal that he's not the #1 subscribed to YouTube channel anymore. But again, he was treating it like he's dying or something. It was odd. There's not much more to say about this song. If you want more of my opinions, watch that aforementioned Boy in a Band video. There's probably a lot of you who don't remember this song, and rightfully so. I mean, it doesn't exist anywhere outside of Spotify anymore. And for the longest time, I thought I was crazy because I distinctly remember him dropping this song. Once the dust settled between PewDiePie and T-Series, where T-Series unfortunately came out victorious, they both went on their way until a channel called Cocomelon started gaining a lot of steam. So slowly, PewDiePie started noticing this. People on his Reddit started pointing out that a channel called Cocomelon is gunning for a subscriber spot. So slowly, he started replacing his intro to a spoof of the Cocomelon intro, and this did kind of start another subscriber race, but not nearly to the point at which Subscribe to PewDiePie versus T-Series was happening. It wasn't really a race, more so an acknowledgement that the era of creator-led YouTube was just coming to a close. But during this one-sided beef, because how could a nursery rhyme channel respond to any of this, PewDiePie dropped a diss track called Coco. This video was very quickly taken down. The official reason was because it depicts children in a not safe manner, but really it was probably because Cocomelon was the hottest channel on YouTube and they probably had some major pull on the back end, so they probably forced YouTube's hand into taking this down. I mean, when you make millions upon millions every week for YouTube, they're gonna give you preferential treatment. Anyways, I didn't realize how batshit insane this whole thing is, to the point that even re-uploads are fucking nuked off this platform, and I had to go to Dailymotion to find it. What the fuck is going on this platform? It was hard to put into words how crazy this video was, both in context and out of it. It is the highest budget song that he has made thus far, and in general, renting out a whole Infinite White studio, the same studio that's holding all of UK YouTube on its back for the past 5 years. And he also had multiple set pieces and actually hired child actors for this video. And like with T-Series in the song Congratulations, he is pointing out the flaws of the corporation in this song. But with Cocomelon being a more Western phenomenon, he's able to actually point out valid points and real hard-hitting points as to why Cocomelon was so unanimously hated. But also, you notice people that say some insane, vile stuff, but then follow it up with saying, but it's just the truth, man. I'm just speaking my truth. Yeah, so...
Your audience is just a bunch of motherfucking virgins.
And you would wonder why this got blasted off the platform. And for some reason, he just really hated 6ix9ine.
I'm just playing, Coco. You know I love you. Not 6ix9ine though. Ankle monitor wearing.
And towards the middle of the song lies the reason, which is why it's probably nuked off the platform for real. Probably not Cocomelon. I'm sorry I lied to you guys. I'm not gonna play this part because I would like my own video to say up. However, he either got actual kids to say these cuss words, or he found people that sound exactly like kids to the point that YouTube deemed it not safe for children. And especially at the time when new COPPA laws came into effect, which completely destroyed every children YouTube channel. And especially since YouTube was still feeling the effects of the adpocalypse, so they just couldn't do this. They had to wipe their hands clean with this. And it's also really cool how the main melody of this beat is the Cocomelon intro sampled. I mean, that's one thing that's also putting this above a lot of the others, where he used something very fundamental to the person he's dissing in the beat. And this song was also written by Boy in a Band like the previous one. You can tell because children are present. But the writing on this is some of Dave's better work. Instead of being marginalizing in this one, he's pretty blunt and on the nose and much more lighthearted. There isn't a single forced rhyme or awkward cadence to be found. And I think this is one of Dave's first collabs where he actually isn't a part of the actual song. He let PewDiePie completely take over and perform this whole song, only relegating himself to slitting some watermelons' throats, which sends a very weird signal to a kid's channel. You can tell PewDiePie put a lot of effort into this video and really wanted this to be a big moment just like his previous 2 songs, going so far as to get Bad History, the guy who made the PewDiePie history song, to animate portions of this video. So to see this go was probably really heartbreaking for him. PewDiePie himself said that this would be the finale of the beef.
I just wanted to make it clear before I start this video by saying that, you know, I saw this as the finale. I saw this as, you know, ending the meme. We've been doing the Coco style intros and all that stuff, which has been really fun, but, you know.
By this point, PewDiePie was falling on the subscriber list very fast, and his reign on YouTube was coming to an end. So many corporations had or are about to pass this subscriber milestone. Like, why does WWE have 113 million subscribers? So Coco was PewDiePie's last major song before he eventually retired from full-time content creation. So it feels like PewDiePie really puts on his big music boy producer pants whenever he wants to diss some big corporation. And I applaud that actually. Like he could have made a diss track against KSI when he took down his My New Car video for having Lamborghini in it. But he didn't. But the keen-eyed among you might have noticed that there is one song that I have not talked about yet. But don't worry, child, for yes, there is a final PewDiePie song that I did not mention. The one that came out between the T-Series beef and the Cocomelon beef during the peak of his Minecraft series. A song which I genuinely listened to back in the day. PewDiePie's Minecraft series was really another special moment in time. I mean, with 45 episodes and barely any of them being below 10 million views, he was arguably the biggest Minecraft YouTuber on the planet at some point. Now, don't shoot the messenger, guys, but I didn't watch a single episode of his Minecraft series. I know. However, even if I didn't watch his Minecraft series, this song did show up on my feed at some point, and when I first clicked on it, I immediately clicked off. I just thought it was another Minecraft parody song and I was really tired of those by then. And the animation looked like something right out of a Captain Sparkles video. But a few months later, when I gave this another listen, I waited until the second part of the song and was just blown away. I really wish I wasn't talking about a Minecraft song right now, or even PewDiePie songs right now. But the beat switch and the way it drops into this hard, grimy rap song for absolutely no reason, I don't even know how to describe it. Put this in a Kendrick album, I don't care.
This shit is way too easy. I swear it doesn't please me. I'm like a reaper gleaning when I take my pick and squeeze it.
For some reason, PewDiePie is actually dropping real bars in this song. All for a Minecraft song. The instrumental is just so good and well made and goes so hard, bordering some rage music.
Remember kids, life isn't fair. Take it from the second Swedish Minecraft multimillionaire. I'm fully stacked diamonds, fully stacked diamonds. You won't see me crying, I'm fully stacked diamonds.
And even though this section is genuinely some of the best music PewDiePie has ever made, the first half isn't half bad either. I mean, I know I didn't listen to it correctly at the first times, but upon rewatching the song, it's decent.
Mine all day, I'm mine all night. I'm mine non-stop till those diamonds are inside. And I'm mine all stone till I'm all alone.
It's the best song that he has ever made, and it's the first song that he made for the sake of being a song rather than being a diss or someone commissioned a song or something or other. And Party in Backyard, he got him back to produce the beat for this and he outdid himself with this one. I mean, even if you look at the actual shots in the music video portion, the second half, it was just really fun to look at. I mean, you had Jacksepticeye and Rumi behind him the whole time. You had Kick the PJ shooting the video. And the edit of this part really elevates this to some ungodly level. Dylan Locke is such a good video editor, and I really hope he's doing well in life because he's been gone for so long and I barely see any editors that edit as creatively like him. Sure, we have a lot of mixed media editors, but I've never seen someone edit quite like him, and it's really sad that he's not on YouTube anymore. Maybe one day I'll look into his content a bit more. And overall, this is just way better than something I would think PewDiePie would ever drop in his career. I mean, he made things like I mean, this song is not nearly as big as all the others that he has released. Well, all the other two. However, you can sometimes tell when someone makes things from their heart, from the love they have for that craft. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of YouTubers out there who did music for the sake of doing music and opening up a revenue stream.
Hit it if you know you lit. Yeah, I know I'm lit.
However, even though he has barely 4 songs under his belt, they are still miles better than whatever the hell people were trying to pull at the time. Like, who still talks about Jake Paul's music? I was gonna end this video with a talk about how YouTubers all fell into the same trap back then of dropping a book, dropping songs, doing live tours, because that's what was big at the time and all these management companies wanted these YouTubers to do. But the more I looked into his music, even beyond these 4, at least when it comes to the music itself, I don't think PewDiePie did these solely for profit. But he never really took his own songs super duper seriously, and that's the charm of them. All the songs do really represent an era of not just PewDiePie, but YouTube as a whole. I mean, obviously being the biggest YouTuber, that would mean that you shape the culture of YouTube around you, right? I'm just glad he didn't groom any kids like 70% of the other YouTubers at the time, because wow, a lot of them really like kids, don't they? Anyways, thank you for watching. Like this video if you liked it. If you want to hear more about PewDiePie's collabs, I talk a bit more in the Boy in the Band video. If you would like more slop and eventually live slop, subscribe to my second channel. You can support me on Patreon if you're really feeling generous. And what are you still doing here? Get out.